since Mood died. Been a lot more lost and awake. I recall thinking someday someone's gonna say it's all from the same cause and effect, and I just couldn't fathom. Blaming a whole new page on a made-up chain reaction. Each claim individual peaks and pockets, pains in a slew of unique nuances. Nah, me, when you wake up 8 years non-responsive, it's a lot to process. Gone from a happier jack in the box to a package of clogged up chakras. Oh, shotspot, nothing ever after. We wanted from the once upon a time, ... Once upon a time, he was so much more than a punchline for his own pot shots. I watched the impossible kid. Everything that he touched turns promptly to shit. If I zoom on out, I can finally admit it's all been a blur since Moo got sick. None of the subsequent years stood a chance. Whether it was mom's or his man's, whether it was pops or his girl, I was poisoned. Heart full of canines, head full of voices. Whole life trying to quiet him down like a suicide king with a knife in his crown. Hounds at bay, but they just won't stay. True friendship in a tugboat way. Ego dark in the face of the fucked. When the fucked was a friend, I was basically done. Into the woods, go his alien tongue. It was that or a textbook fake and a funk, and I can't. Here go the hindsight. 8 years been one long blindside. I could pinpoint 7 more turns that occurred cause he never really healed from the first. Oh, what a world, and he hack is a myth, and he dap is a joke, and he map is a trick, and he graph is a hoax. Ease on down, I'm burning up, I'm bleeding out. No one ain't half the battle, that's a bullshit quip written by some asshole. You can own what you are, still sit around stoned in your car, not doing shit, halfway to nil, cranky and waiting for a boss key and hat full of bills. Get out the car race. My first name is a random set of numbers and letters and other alphanumerics that changes hourly forever. My last name, 1,000 vowels fading down a sinkhole to a susurrus. It couldn't just be John Doe or Bingo. My address, a made-up language written out in living glyphs, lifted from demonic literature and religious texts. Telephone uncovered by purveyors of the Ouija, then checked against the CBGB women's room graffiti. My socialist Sudoku, my age is obscure. My in case of emergency is in the daisies chasing birds. Employed by trillionaires with perfect teeth and pores, and people who open doors for the people who open doors. My medical history is a course at SUNY Buffalo, charlatan psychiatry and troubleshooting undertow. Nervous in the service still, I'm burger meat and purple pills here. Thank you, but call your name, sure you will. Skipped lunch. I'm shrunk. Back aboard your manias, you're sitting in a waiting room, you're dreaming of Arcadia, you're feeling like a baby tooth, awaiting panacea, channeling your inner Beowulf in purgatory just before you pay up to fillet yourself and others. In the name of help, colon a conveyor belt, in an ego death alone, no telephone from Gabriel. I'm half a human, combing over home and garden stone, gold chains over turtlenecks, cigars over cologne. 1,000 shitty paintings wrap around a wounded animal, womb with the Schubert, he's a future human cannonball. Little fuckers fighting, mother hiding in her Hulu. I'm climbing up the stucco, let's get to the seppuku. That pretty penny turned the prickly into Benji. If you save up all your winnings, then you get to count your blessings. I finally crunched the budget up and punched the button. She called my name out and pushed me into an oven. The fuck? I'm shrunk. She says, I'm not your enemy. I said, that sounds like something that my enemy would say. Instead of playing off the chemistry, she said, you're being difficult. I said, I'm being guarded. You're $250,000 in debt. I get more guidance from my barber. Look, I'm not good at this. I grew up in a noogie fest. You built your walls high or said goodbye to all your cookie puss. Here's one. Every time my telephone buzzes, I see images of hooded riders setting fire to hundreds. She said, when you start getting all expressive and symbolic, it's impossible to actualize an honest diagnostic. I said, when you start getting all exact and algebraic, I'm reminded it's a racket, not a rehabilitation, okay? Agree to disagree as grown-ups from opposing clans, honoring the push and pull, I should've called the Scolamance, oh well. Preservation is a doozy, will you be needing another appointment? Absolutely, I'm shrunk. hots rogered. Backseat queen deemed church socks hostage. 9 weeks awesome, hides in a slipper. Look in her eye like she might be a wizard. Cold met a cat lady in a parking lot. She got the heroes of tomorrow in a cardboard box. And probably hoarding 40 more in the corners of Fort Knox. Swap 20 on the spot and cop the warlock. Back at the haunt, bound God in the hamper. Briefs on her head, playing walking with a panther. Good around misery and golden era samplers. Jeopardy and wheel at the heels of her handlers. Bet, more than a pet to worship, it's an MD. Recommended sense of purpose here to bat around keys and the means to euphoria. Soon to be held the greatest of all warriors. Hey, Kirby, what you doing, Kirby? What you doing there? Hey, Kirby, what you doing, Kirby? Why'd you eat that leaf? Yo, yo, yo. Homie don't fetch, only woke to stretch. Under a fort, bubble rich with bowls of goldfish. Skittish in a company of stranger danger. Otherwise chase drawstrings, tails and lasers. In a steel cage match with a maze of cables. Brazen, game face based on a Zazel. Oversized ears up, puke in the meow mix. Shred a pair of earbuds, remedy is cowlick. Thanks, curbs looking like a millie. Keep an old man sharp, keep a cold chantilly. Spun plum dizzy in a frisky moment. Never lands on her feet, though I think she's broken. Mouse are in training, nap on the toaster. Decorator cubicle with dogs playing poker. 15 years taking prescriptions, now a shrink like, I don't know, maybe get a kitten. Hey, Kirby, what you doing, Kirby? What you doing there? Dumb diggy, bump biggie to the landlady holler, get a haircut hippie. The death knell generator entertain a fresh kill. Breath quell, dressed like a bloated sack of dead cells. Shedding purple tape, purple hawk gape, a single flower through the permafrost. Pick himself and learn how walk in furry pants. War paint, circling a deralogue. Boar face, devil by his side like a service dog. Schlock purist, watch the block burneth. 1 o'clock profits in the parking lot at Perkins. The perfect politicians, 30 clicks outside of Sturgis. Doggy bag doctors, military deserters who still shop surplus and can't hold jobs. I look like I'm wearing a ghillie suit when I'm not. Roll out, ghost to Camus when the pegs might pedal by the police, tough with 2 F's. Ah, fuck that shit, look. Can't tell if I'm a little withdrawn or dead dog sent to quote-unquote live on a farm. The Coke bottles tint film noir, tripping out the milk bar. Poison horde, shot a cup, milk in the zip car. 6 arms, 6 hand styles like ships on Scrimshaw. Part Def Jam, part Discord. My wig picker threw me out of a roughest. Had the cold turkey benzo. Summer was awesome. Onion a Benzies, summer was awesome. Got brats on the grill, wormwood in the cauldron. Horse hoof in the dog's mouth, cholera in the well. Make money periodically, vomiting on himself. I read Nat Geo, craft and crack geodes. Lift 40 hats at a craft depot. Unleaded liar blood pumped through his neck. Came down from the mountain tough with 2 F's.
You, what are you laughing at? I said, what are you laughing at?
Before a player ever met his Omega, they were effectively reducing his behavior in a data. With plans to build a day, I swear the people grow potatoes and cabbage. Don't make them raise the gate between the betas and a spectacle displaying the nature of strange neighbors. I paint caves till the rage campaign tapers. Show a new crop how we used to moonwalk. Out of breath like a 7-day-old balloon dog. I still hang band posters and buy black lights. Crib decorated like a dorm room in Brandeis. Still pretend I'm gonna build another half pipe. Never mind the Ford era christening and pant size, man. Who could've guessed the future of abominable imagery would also share a birthday with Kenny G? None. The 99-cent 2 cents keeps 2 arms folded tough with 2 F's. Yeah, let's do it like that. I pay a guy to lean over steepled fingers and convince me to pay him for his teas and tinctures. The string cheese dinner kids speak Cheech Wizard for the gone like Gossamer under number 3 clippers. Free, forged in various pulp channels. Even his proms horse rides a wolf in a battle. Even his blood and body couldn't pick him out a lineup or his name off the paper. It's Ace, pronounced Y-us. First learn a high yard, an eye and a mark. Buying nickels for a dime at the park. I learn to rhyme in New York. I learn to breathe underwater. I learn to walk with a ghost. Adidas reeking of sulfur and chauffeur cemetery font when home was a bleeding ulcer. Everything you ever stood up for is keeling over. Moonset beautifying cartoon death. Catfish on the farm and tough with 2 F's. Yeah. Super fresh. My spirit animal comes with a pretzel bun. Troll at a treadmill. Record on the Kessel Run allegedly. Edgy from 11Zs to megabucks. Techies with the treble down. This is how we level up. Dead meat, time travel, pressure and disease. Ass ushered out of 2 fingers pecking at the keys. The coping mechanism in his elemental P's. Went from healthy to unhealthy to a hell he never leaves. Cineplex Jesus. Curse at the curly fries. Mulling over Chuck D telling me diversify. I'm at the supercut, souping up the wardrobe. Forecast looking like a Nash on 4 phones. Hello, 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 hello. Base camp, space camp. Basing and base fuck. Brace for the rain dance. Back in the back of the classroom after a magical nap in the vacuum. Act natural. Whatever that means for you. Whatever that means for you. Whatever that means for you. Super fresh. Before climbing douchebag mountain, I was skater die. Started eating kale and came to terms with my lazy eye. Putting on the yoga lady, cutting off the cable guy. Whistle while you're waiting for your condition to stabilize. AV cables everywhere, every piece of vinyl scratched. Ventilated tiger bomb, I leave with the arthritis cap. Irons in the niacin, iron quiet riot mass. Cunabashed privacy expanding in a simulcast. 40 winks, never the same adventure. Refreshing or the sing-alongest exorcism ever. In the end, you gotta wonder if it's even worth the effort. No stairways into heaven, you can step into the usher. Some people have mistaken my allegiance for a weakness. It fucked me up for eons. I wish there was a theist, the type to fake his death, then forget he faked his death. Show up on TV in the crowd at the AVNs like act natural. Whatever that means for you. Whatever that means for you. Whatever that means for you. Super fresh.
Hey, Pete, say something. It's Chuck D. Yo, man, you keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep rhyming through those walls, right?
Sometimes I feel my heart putrefying inside my body. From diarrhea dark to piety in the Ponzi. On my better days, they mingle and walk off into the poppy. On my worst, the work is overshadowed by the Monty. Had to buy some clothes that fit me and pretend I like a gobby. With a promise to his Congress not to compromise the motley in him. Maybe I should kinda sorta move to Mars. I'm feeling kinda done, too many moving parts. The piss poor vision is 40% bloaters. The kitchen is a chorus of glorious leftovers. The friends you confessed all the dark shit to it. Weaponized the information before we could send roses. And they want a little pearl on how we got to where we at. I can't remember where I am, I feel it's probably a trap. Balk with the lawless, cough in his notes. Walk on even when the walls hug his coat. Act natural, whatever that means for you. Whatever that means for you. Whatever that means for you. Super fresh. Alex up the street called, said he saw a bobcat. Keep the pets inside, notify your contacts. New Salem, brave new voodoo. Wave a witch hammer in a haven for the woo-woo. I'm paper china dinner, mostly picking at my stitches. The bloody hair bad code, bunny ears dad jokes. Bitch about Lamictal to whichever vixen. Listen, the skin rash, the schism, the million rash decisions. In truth, the other capital T, terrible 2 days. That shoot his plumage to the road improved the prequel to Malaise. If beauty knew his up in his face. He'd been replaying the scenario for days, with the variables replaced. Man, loser in the sky with more diamonds than a carpet from The Shining. Part riot, part Orion. We jarred a lot of lightning up, shook a turkey leg or 10. Maybe we deserve a day of rest. Not to mention Alex up the street called, said he saw a bobcat. Check your trash can lids, notify your comrades. I said I'll take first watch, 1 a.m. defend the whole block. Ayo, the coyote, summon the ghosts of blown diodes. Open and moving like a luchador with no eye holes. Fried while the pipes froze. Life goes Lovecraft, Christ pose, sitting on invisible hubcaps. Cool Alex back, daggers in a basil patch. Tell him maybe less badminton, more Scrabble dash. Less jarts, more rummy cube, whatever. Keep the scallywags wrapped up in a subterfuge. Gussied up, guarded, and wearing the same armor as the night he argued till he dapped his mans up at departures. I could drive into a lake of fire, pay the piper COD, or wear the pot and kettle shop a little toxin equally at least. It's probably more the kid than the kid. Either way, a vital widget in the system is sick. I see his symptoms in the hinges, hit the room all at once. All I could do is plug the roof with my gum. But now I gotta call Alex back, coyotes in the castle grass. Tell him maybe less freeze tag, more hack and slash. I said I'll take first watch, 1 a.m. defend the whole block. So a third party who was incidentally not Alex seen a black bear catawampus by the college campus. Soon a safety propaganda clamps breeds on leashes. No compost, bird seed out of feeders. Make a lot of noise when you frolic under the ether. Keep a hand on a pepper spray, sneakers on the detour. They're more scared of you than you them, although one of us chews limbs and one has 2 chins. So leave a couple messages, vomit a couple dollar bills. Guilty in the window, romanticized in a potter's field. Not sorry, but I never really was a leader. Found money in a speaker, bought lower Manhattan pizza. You meet a few exceedingly forsaken, sit around a cooler refusing domestication. Then a couple decades pass and you can't even find the wavelength you was on when you was running 1 a.m. By the way, a third party who was incidentally not Alex seen a bear put 1,000 chickens in a pot with carrots. I said I'll take first watch, 1 a.m. defend the whole block.
Vita est morte est vita. Life is death is life.
Bound, nothing but the feathers and the skull on a porch like a present with a bow. Dinners in a black earth, gutted and uncoupled from the patchwork. Buried by a 7-year cherub in the backyard, epitaph and all. Disciple of the cycles and sciences of birth in a fertilized hyacinth. Life in a vitamins, invited up the cypresses. A testament to moxie and the miracle of lifelessness. It's tricky when you rather rot into the soil as a nutrient than navigate this mortal coil in human skin. Dig the nuances of putrefying jelly. Hit the levee when those feathers are a cancer in your bestie. And I pick a ginger gold that's fed by a drunken uncle. One from a customer pumping at Sumner blood work. Remember them ascending, settling any high scores. 40 meters up with the heart of a high dive horse. Ain't no rules on the water tower. 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 Impossible. Impossible. Impossible.
Hold the fuck up. Who is you talking to? Cause ain't nobody talking to you. You can't do a motherfucker.
I told my ex in 97 I was falling on my weapon. Ripped the phone up out the wall. The poet dragged me from my bedroom. An embarrassing ordeal involving hospitals and questions. And the kind of doctors who use words like cognitive and spectrum while explaining why you're selfish to romanticize a ruse and what your woolly roots pull you that Lucifer by your shoes. I mean, it isn't perfect, but don't misconstrue the purpose. Any urge is indiscernible from community service to the kiddo. Plus she'd make a beautiful widow, but that's an altruistic ticket to a room with no windows. You think he would've learned back in the 80s when they pulled him out of class over concerns about his safety, but he didn't. It wasn't cause he doesn't get the message, more he doesn't judge a man by how honorable his death is on a scale you made up anyway. Half passed out to pasture, whether clapped or batteries in backwards. Ain't no rules on the water tower. 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 Impossible. Impossible.
possible, possible.
Check this shit out here. Don't be trying to come off for me, cause you was not all of that with your fucked up haircut.
I had a pet lizard. He never got an obit. Fed him crickets. It was dead a fucking month before I noticed. An older